All right, I am going to promote my book again. I didn't realize that I was doing so the last time because I was just talking about it with my friends, the people that subscribe to my channel and that have known me for a long time. I just thought, oh, okay, I'm going to let them know that it's finally out because I talked about it for a very long time. I reveal things in that book that I would never, ever say to anyone that I don't know in real life. It's extremely raw. It's like boom, like you want to know the most naughtiest, like Jodi Arias trial. Remember that trial? And they had the audio sex tape type of thing, and everybody was really like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they just said that." Like it was naughty. It was some naughty shit. That's my book, but worse. I think it's way worse. Yeah, I talk about everything you could imagine about sex. I talk about vaginas and I talk about penises. I talk about sizes. I talk about circumcised, uncircumcised, fetishes, uh, dom, sub, the different jerk off instructions, like all of it. So if you want a book where you don't have to wonder what a woman thinks about, and especially webcam girls, because that's what I was 15 years ago. It was like 15 years ago. It was a long time ago. It wasn't yesterday. People think that I wrote a book about my life now. I'm like, have you read the book? Because it was a while ago. I was hot. I was hot back then. So I got away with it. And I thought I was old back then. I thought, oh God, I'm so old for this. Because I thought that business, the webcamming business, was meant for like 20-year-olds. And I thought, well, I'm a little like older than that. I'm not like young and vibrant, I'm not blonde. I'm all of that. But this book is for all of those people that think they can't do something like that. But it's for all those men that think that the women do not understand and they don't know why they're being hung up on and why people aren't responding to them. I give advice. I give advice to women, not only about the business, but about being a woman, sex in general, from what I know, which isn't much, but it's enough. Every little bit you can get, every little bit. But for men, I school men. I tell them the reasons why their wives aren't putting out and why their girlfriends are grossed out or whatever it is. But also like the openness, to be open about your sexuality and who you are and what you need. You have to tell people what you need. And I think with webcam girls, men are more apt to tell them things that they would not normally tell everyday women because we're professionals. We are very, you have to take us very seriously. We're very smart and professional. And yeah, we're just normal women. I was just a normal girl, woman that had my father kidnapped by my sister. Kidnapped, carried into a bank by my sister and my niece, cleaned it out, and took off with the pension money and a human being, a human life that just got out of surgery, hip surgery. Couldn't even walk. Okay, so this is what I was dealing with. A mortgage on the house, food, shelter, all of it. Anything you could think of that you could lose, I was going to lose it all because I was taking care of my father. I did that. I got out of a very long relationship that was going absolutely fucking nowhere. I mean, I guess it could have gone somewhere. That's another thing I talk about is money doesn't really matter. I think women think that it matters. A lot of women think, oh, if I could only find a rich man, or if I could only find a man that is a trust fund baby or whatever. Those type of men don't really have respect for those that aren't raised the way they are. They look down upon you in a way, not they won't say it outright like, oh, you're less than me, you're a piece of shit. They won't say it, but they'll treat you that way. Like, I don't know, it's a weird thing. So, marrying money is not necessarily better. I liked I like the fact that my trust fund baby ex actually put me in a position where I didn't have anything. I walked away from that relationship with nothing, and that's okay. If he didn't, then I would always owe him something. You know, I would always feel guilty. I would always feel less than. I think you need to take your power back. And I could have married him. I was pregnant with this kid. I took the abortion pill, and I know I shouldn't be talking about that, especially nowadays. But back then, it was still okay to not want to have a baby in the situation that I was in, and to take an abortion pill, which is like when you first find out, or you think you are. You know, it's that those first stages where you're like, oh my God, I can't be pregnant. I can't do this. This man doesn't even step up for me. How is he going to step up for a child? You know what I mean? I can't offer them anything but money. I can't offer them like all the things that they're going to need to get by in this crazy ass, selfish, greedy motherfucking world. I cannot do it. So I think me becoming a webcam girl was so empowering. It made me see that I could do it on my own. I don't need anyone. None of us do. We could do it on our own. Even if at the time I was suffering with panic attacks and anxiety from post-traumatic stress disorder, and I could do it still. You know, I could face all of my fears. I could expose the deepest, darkest side of myself. I could talk about things that most people don't want to talk about. And if you do talk about them, you're like, you're a whore. You're just a straight up whore. That's what they thought of me. The women, certain people looked down upon me when they found out I webcammed. I was like, I got an education. What did you do? It's an education. It really is. I met people from all over the world, women and men. I didn't meet women like in a sexual way as far as, that goes, but I put together my own little business where I had women working for me, and they would only have to give me a very small percentage just to advertise on my page. And we all started helping each other, It was a great business. It really was. If you are comfortable in your own skin and you want to be empowered and feel good about yourself, block out all the bad. The bad ones that contact you, the ones that are negative, the ones that think that you're a whore because you're seeing them face to face online, and you're comfortable in your skin. Just block them. Just 86 them. Because they don't really understand what a whore is. A whore is somebody that you sleep with, you have sex with, you have sexual relations with, in person. And those women shouldn't be talked down upon either. If men didn't need it, if there wasn't a demand, there wouldn't be a supply. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. I hate those men that are like, oh, you're a whore. Really? Aren't you kind of a whore, though? It's always those men. It's always those men that are the most voracious when it comes to sex, that are like, you're a whore. Dude, you're jerking off all day. Every day, all day. You're paying women. You're the whore. Yeah. So this is what the book is about. It's about addressing those things, but not downplaying men, not putting men down, acknowledging that there is a need and why there's a need, and talking through it. I had a new appreciation for men that I didn't have before. I used to get dick pics all the time, and I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. Yeah, by the way, women think that. Women don't want to see just random men's dicks. It doesn't turn us on at all. We're not like you. Like, if we show you our vaginas, you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we're just not like that. Yeah, there's a few out there. There's a few women that are like, ooh, yeah, But I explain why. Why that's not a turn on, and what you could do instead that would be a turn on. So, God, I made some really, really great friends, men, friends, that we could talk to about anything. We could share the fantasies together. We could share porn. I could say, look, you know what? Here's a porn that I like. This is what turns me on. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't think about that because I'm wondering why my girlfriend's totally turned off. Okay, because you're doing this wrong. This is what you should do. Do this next. Make her feel special. Make her feel that the sex is all about her because it should be. But she doesn't know that it's about you. She doesn't know that you just want it about you, but try to make it about her. Things turned around. Yeah, you know what? People think that webcam girls ruin relationships. Sometimes we save them. I saved quite a few relationships. I've had guys contact me going, oh my God, thank you for all that advice. That is so crazy. I did not know that my wife thought that all I cared about was sex and it wasn't about intimacy and it was about just getting off when I really just wanted to be with her. And I wanted to get off. But she thought it was like, why don't you try giving her roses? Why don't you try doing the dishes? Why don't you try doing the laundry? That will turn a woman on more than you'll ever know. A tool belt, if you're fixing something around the house, that woman's going to want to fuck you, for sure. Like, I'm telling you. Do some manly things around the house, and the woman will be all about it. So if you want to read a good book, read The Webcam Girl Next Door. It's a true story. I am brutally honest, like, you'll blush. And that's okay. Blushing's good. But you also understand women a lot more. And women, you're going to understand men a lot more. You're going to really understand what's really going on in their head. And maybe have a new appreciation for them that you may not have had before. Maybe you'll want to put out for them, maybe you'll want to communicate with them more and let them know what you want. Women don't communicate. That's the thing that I found out. I wasn't a good communicator either. I didn't know how to tell them what I wanted. I just thought, okay, they want to have sex. That's it. That's all they care about. So I'm just going to just do whatever they want to do. No, we have needs too. We have desires too. And it's really important that we let them know that all the time, as much as we can, because we deserve to have pleasure as well. How long is it? 12 minutes talking about it. All right, Webcam Girl Next Door. I've been getting a lot of great compliments. I've had offers to be interviewed, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go on somebody else's podcast. I'm not sure yet. It's kind of nerve-wracking. And I also have a producer friend of mine that wants to back it, and a director who wants to turn it into like a series. I don't know if I want to do that either. Kind of scared about that. Nervous about things like that. But there are opportunities, and any opportunity that you can get to kind of expand your knowledge and be more accepting of who you are and what you need and what makes you happy and what makes you feel good. It's important. It's always important. You're important, and you're sexy, and you're desirable. It does not matter your age. It doesn't matter what you look like. None of that really matters. There's always people out there that are going to want you and desire you, and you deserve that. There you go. Check it out. It cannot hurt, and I think you could even read it free on Kindle. The audio version is coming out, though, so we'll see about that. All right, peace out.